This Sunday satsang, we start off with a Bhakti Sandarbha class. We're on Anuchad 161. And he's talking about remembering Krishna at the time of death. That's a good idea. And he quotes a famous verse from Bhagavatam, second canto, which everyone probably heard about, most of that verse. The verse ends with Ante Narayana Smriti. Ante and Smriti, remember Narayan. So, at least, better late than never. We have an expression like that in America. Some guy comes from a party. The party is at 10 o'clock at night. The guy comes at 1 a.m. He said, a little late. No, better late than never. Well, I guess, but maybe it's never come. It's good also. So in the commentary, Satyarananda Babaji describes about people that remembered Krishna at the last moment, like the deer, like Bharat Maharaj, and Gajendra and Jamil, etc. So he brings up a question: why, after Bharat Maharaj, King Bharat took birth as a deer, did he have to take another body? Because at the time of death, in the deer's body, he chanted the name of Krishna. Because in his previous body, he was a king. He gave up everything, went to Nepal, to the bank of the Gandaki River, and worshipped Salagram, Bharat Maharaj, for whom India is named after that Bharat Maharaj, who was the son of
Rishabhadeva. And that is Rishabhadeva.
Bharat is the son of who?
Rishabhadeva. This Bharat is Rishabhadeva's son.
Rishabhadeva, who is the mother? Mrs. Rishabhadeva. Whatever. Anyway, he was a great Vaishnava, great king, great Vaishnava king. He renounced everything, and somehow he got attached to a deer, and then he took the body of a deer, and the deer always stayed around the Himalayas, around the ashram of devotees, and when the deer left his body, he chanted Bhagavan Nam. But he didn't. He took his next body after a deer's body as a Brahmin. He went from a king to a deer to a Brahmin. His name was Jad Bharat. So the question is asked, if he remembered Bhagavan at the time of death, which means you don't get another body, you go to Vaikuntha, why he took another body? But he said, it should be understood, that even when he took the body of a deer, he attained Bhagavan in that body of a deer, because Bhagavan was always manifested in his heart of such devotees. So it doesn't matter what kind of body a devotee is in, Bhagavan can be fully manifest in the heart of that Vaishnava. So that's why we have to be very careful, especially living in the holy Dham Vrindavan, because many Babajis and sannyasis and sadhakas take birth as monkeys and deer, not too many deer around here, but monkeys and dogs and parrots and birds to live in Vrindavan for one night for some purification or some intensifying their prema, or maybe some reaction to some aparat from their life in Vrindavan previously. So he goes on to say, although in the deer's body, Bharat utters the name of Narayan while dying. And he was born again as a Brahmin. This seems to contradict the principle that you attain whatever you think of at death. Ante Narayana Smriti, like Krishna says in Gita 8:6. Yam yam bhavi sran bhava. Yeah, but remember to cultivate throughout life that you attain at the time of death. When you give up your body, you attain that. But like Narada was thinking of Krishna and Narayan his whole life. He gave his body, Narayan bought him a spiritual body from Vaikuntha. He went to Vaikuntha directly. He didn't take body of deer or anything else. So he says, what's happening? He said, Jiva Goswami says, Bharat did attain Bhagavan because he was permanently present in his heart. This is understood from the description of Jat Bharat's liberated awareness as evidenced in Bhagavatam. So in other words, King Bharat was, he got attached to a deer and he kind of diminished his meditation and bhajan and Vishnu. Then he took birth as a deer, but he was fully Krishna conscious as a deer. Then he took birth as a Brahmin, Jat Bharat. But Jat Bharat, Krishna, he was fully self-realized. He didn't have any distraction to any other object of affection or puja. He was totally absorbed in Bhagavan from his birth. And people would pee on him and fart on him and everything. You know, reading the Bhagavatam, right? He would go to the village and people would pass air on his face and pee on him and call him all kinds of bad names. He was totally transcendental to any kind of reaction or the environment, and totally transcendental, absorbed in Narayan. So that's what he was always in a state of liberated awareness as Jat Bharat. In the case of Ajamil, he didn't die immediately after uttering the name of Narayan. He got liberated from all his sins, and he got realization, I should give up. He became totally detached, because when you do bhakti, you get detachment and knowledge. So he went to Hardwar, where he wasn't living in Hardwar before. He moved to Hardwar, engaged in Nam Bhajan, and went to Vaikuntha. So these are examples, primary examples of basically devotees who remembered Krishna at the time of death. Then he talks, the next honored shade, 162, he talks about Jamil, that he was freed from all sins. It's interesting, there's quotes verses here from Bhagavatam. When the first time Jamil called his son Narayan, he was freed from all his sins from the past and the future. So, because some people say, he chanted Narayan, then he committed sins, and then he chanted Narayan that eliminated his sins, and then when at the end of his life, he was very old, and the Yamadutas came, and he had so many sins, and he chanted Narayan, he got liberated. But that argument is brought up in the commentary, and Jiva Goswami doesn't agree with that, but he quotes different verses from Hari Bhakti Vilas that say that when you chant the holy name, and he quotes a verse here, you're liberated from sins from the past and the future. So Jamil's one chanting, he had no more sins, but he kept hanging out with a prostitute for 80 years because of prabdha karma. It was his prabdha karma to fall down and be with her. It wasn't a result of sins. He was already sin-free. First time he called his baby Narayan. He was 80 years old, so that means how old was the kid?
8 years.
So he was 80, kid was a baby. 8 months, I don't know. He was his 10th kid or something like that. So he said, the doubt can be raised. This is a nice doubt. I like this doubt. If Jamil became free from his sins after the first time out of Narayan, then why didn't he give up his prostitute and move into ISKCON? Start selling books. If Jamil got free from all his sins the first time he chanted Narayan, why didn't he leave the source of his sins, this prostitute and drinking, all that, and start a life of pure bhakti? That's the question. He saw the Vishnu do this. Why? Well, no, why did he do that? So why did he continue to sin? So Vishnu says, he answers that question. He continued to act because of past samskaras. It was prabdha karma, means samskara. These are karma you have to suffer from in this life. So even though he was not making any new sins, although every night he was committing sin because he was married, he was having adultery. He was living in a prostitute. He dumped his wife, moved to another prostitute, didn't get married. So every day was sinful, but that was his prabdha karma to do that. So he wasn't making new sins, and because he would shine Narayan, as he said, he shined it once, so he got free from all his sins. Just as a person who attains liberated state while living in the body is called Jiva Mukta, he continues to live and act according to his previous samskaras. Because if you become Jiva Mukta, what does it mean?
Liberated. Free from all karmas.
Yeah, no karma. So you know karma has your body stay alive. That's the
Krishna
answer.
will.
Huh?
Krishna's will.
It's only by Krishna's will. But the body is only alive because of karma. So you become Jiva Mukta, you're acting because Krishna wants you to be around to benefit others. The Jiva Mukta continues to live and act according to previous samskaras. But the Jiva Mukta doesn't have any samskaras but Bhakti samskaras. So he continues to live and act in Bhakti. As opposed to a Jamil who was liberated by Chaitanya, who had sinful samskaras, so he continued to act and live in sinful samskaras. That's why he's making a comparison of the two. Like King Janaka, he was liberated, but he continued to rule. But he wasn't implicated in any kind of karma, good or bad. A Jamil continues sinful life, but he's not affected by it. It's like the fan, the fan is running with electricity. Turn on electricity, the fan still turns. It's just momentum built up. So he was got to keep running on the momentum, although he was already liberated. First time he chanted Narayan. His sinful deeds were like a bite of a snake without teeth. Toothless tiger. Toothless snake. Can't get poisoned with a toothless snake. So he was doing poisonous activities, but he didn't die from them, didn't get any result. Okay, let's see where we go from here. Okay. I skipped over a few of these things, a few honor shades. I just kind of focus on ones that I think are important for everyone to share. Jiva Goswami in honor shade 165 describes how pure bhakti is ananya, akinchan, akama, and ekantita. Of course, this is very technical, and he's very scholarly. Basically, in this next couple of honor shades sections, Jiva Goswami gives 5 reasons why Krishna Bhakti is the best way to attain the absolute truth. He says Bhakti is the goal. Bhakti, the practice, is the practice and the goal. The sadhana and the sadhya. There's the sadhaka, the practitioner, the sadhya, the goal, and the sadhana or abhyas is the practice. So our practice is bhakti, and our goal is more bhakti. Like sometimes new people ask us, well, what's the goal of bhakti? I do all this chanting, what do I get? You got an opportunity to chant more. I do all this bhakti, all this puja, all this frikam, all this book selling, all these, fasting on Ekadasi and prikamas and all this kind of stuff, and reading Bhagavatam, Harikatha, and Japa. What do I get? You get an opportunity to chant more Japa and do more puja and do more frikam. Because it's nitya. It's eternal. So that's the first thing. Bhakti is the goal to be attained, and it's the practice. Second, without bhakti, karma and gyan and any other process will not give fruit without some devotion. Third, bhakti is independently powerful, doesn't need anything else. Fourth, bhakti leads to the supreme destination, the lotus feet of Krishna. Gyan leads to Brahman, karma leads to heaven, Svarga. Okay, what was that? That was third or fourth?
Fourth.
Okay. Fifth, bhakti is required, obligatory for all varnas, whether you're a Brahmin or a Kshatriya or a Vaishya or a Shudra, you should chant Hare Krishna and be happy. So, worship Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna. So, Krishna says that in Bhagavad Gita. He quotes Bhagavad Gita. Ananyas chintyanto mam ye jana paripashyate tesham nityabhayuktana yogakshemam mamyan. One should be absorbed in Ananya Bhakti and meditating on Krishna, absorbed in it, be united with him, and give up all his other possessions and all other worship and fix his mind on Krishna and attain perfection. That's 9th chapter of Gita. Let's see what other high points are this chapter. He quotes so many verses from Bhagavatam and Gita to support his points. Okay, let's see. Bhakti is called a kama and a kinchan. What does a kinchan mean?
Nothing. No possessions.
Yeah, nothing basically. Because the Hindi and Sanskrit word kinchan means a little bit. And we say kichu, kichu, kichu in Bengali or something. Kichu, kinchan. Well, we say Torah, Torah, itna, 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 Torah, Torah, kinchan, kinchan. Means a little. A kinchan means not even a little, a kinchan. So we say a kinchan Krishna Das Baba means he doesn't have any, even a little, not even a little tiny bit of material desire. So bhakti is a kinchan and also a kama, and he describes what that means. Because it's performed without any ulterior motive. I'm not doing, like a lot of times when people come to bhakti, they say, what's in it for me? What do I get out of this? Well, after 5 years, you get a new car. After 10 years, you get a house in Radhika. After 15 years, you get a garden. Rajeshri.
Maheshwari.
No. Tapeshri, Rajeshri, Narakeshri.
Oh, Gopal.
First you become a Tapeshri, a great yogi. Then you become a great Rajeshri, a great king. Then you go to Narakeshri, go to hell. Narakeshri. This is a mantra of the Radhakan Pandas. They see it. Some guy comes here, little guy from Bengal, little skinny guy. He starts to go around Prikma every day. And they get real famous and they get a lot of money. It happens sometimes. Not many, most people do go around Prikma and become pure devotees. But sometimes people get bewildered by, what do they call it, Madhurya Kamani? Bhakti Rangana or something like that. Taranga Rangani. What's it called? Bhakti Madhurya Kamani, Taranga Rangani. You ever read it? Riding the waves. Riding the waves of prestige, low puja pratishta, which come along with bhakti success. Become successful in bhakti. Bhakti Taranga, what's it called? Taranga Rangani. Rangani means enjoying and Taranga means waves. You start riding waves of enjoyment. I have 400,000 people likes on my Facebook. You know, I'm a superstar, motivational speaker. You know, whatever. What do you call it? What do you call a speaker if it gives a class everybody falls asleep? of a hypnotist speaker, of a sleep therapy speaker.
Oh, okay.
What does that mean? I mean, I speak Bhagavatam. Oh, okay. I speak Bhagavatam. No, I was like, what's that? Motivational speaker. Okay. Here's the motivation. It's like, I don't know. So he's saying, no ulterior motive, just to please Krishna and satisfy Krishna. And then he says, what do you say? Okay. He says, whatever a person does is all done by the force of desire. In this world, no one does anything without desire. This is a quotation from Manusmriti 2.4. The subconscious mind has imprints, tendencies called samskaras, which are the conditional relation between action and desire. They are very deeply embedded in everyone's subconscious mind. One makes decisions to act automatically based on these samskaras. Bhakti, on the other hand, is performed and inspired only for the pleasure of Krishna. Action of bhakti, of this nature, essential nature, is outside the range of conventional experience. Hence, nobody has any samskaras for bhakti, cannot understand bhakti. Bhakti entails action performed without material motive. That's why I said when people come to bhakti, say, okay, I don't understand what I get out of it. Because if I do Tai Chi exercise, after 1 week, they tell you when you look on the internet, you do Tai Chi after 1 week, your belly fat will go. After 2 weeks, your cardio will increase. After 3 weeks, you'll be flying in the sky. After 4 weeks, you'll be a movie star. After 5 weeks, you'll be vice president. You know, there are all kinds of results, goals, returns, benefits. What's the benefit? Nothing. Become a kinshan. Because you become this kinshan sadhu. Become a beggar. Become a praying bhikkhari. Praying bhikkhari means a beggar of praying. What do you get? What do I get from it? You get a bunch of tears. Get trembling tears, sleepless nights, endless anxiety, always anxious, always enthusiastic, always hopeful. Oh, no thanks. I don't want to be a boxer. That doesn't sound very rewarding. Doesn't sound very profitable. How much time do you have to put into it? Oh, it's recommended 24 hours a day. No vacation. Like once Prabhupada got interviewed in New York. You guys on the street corner all the time, jumping up and down with your tambourines. I've never seen a tambourine this kind yet. But anyway, that's what the newspaper report said. You're jumping up and down, being on your tambourines, tambourines, I guess. Tambourines, chanting Hare Krishna mantra day and night. What do you guys do for vacation, for entertainment? The Prabhupada said, our devotees are not so fickle. They're not so fickle. And besides entertainment, everything we do is entertainment. Practically, he said, what do you guys do for recreation? What do you have? Because he asked, how many days you got your disciples work? He says, 7 days. No weekends off? No. No Monday to Friday? No. Monday to Monday. 7 days a week. What do they do for recreation? They're not so fickle. Everything we do is recreation. I said, what? You jump up and down, Penryn. Prabhupada said, practically, this is the International Society for Recreation. That's what he said. Devotees are on vacation. Every devotee figures some scam to make some money and goes on vacation. Sell cheese, teach Russian translation, sell some crabbing powder on some health powder on the internet, sell some, rings or, whatever, skull rings or some neck beads made of silver and black tulsi and, all kind of cool stuff. Scam it and fly, I know devotees, they buy herbs from the herb shop in Vrindavan for $5, 5 rupees, and they take them to send them mail to Moscow. Moscow they sell for $50. 5 rupees here, $50. Like ashwagandha and all this kind of stuff. All kinds of good ginseng, all kinds of herbs are real cheap here. In Moscow, I got $100 for 100 grams, I know a guy. Russians are very clever. Some of the richest guys in the world are Russians. Got big yachts. This is owned by blah, 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 blah. Some Russian guy can't pronounce his name, He's got $50,000 million yacht, Okay. Oh, God. Okay. So that's the thing with samskaras. So we have to cultivate our bhakti samskara, that's the idea. Material world, everybody has desires to fulfill. To satisfy one's desires, the help of others is required. Nobody can survive alone. Therefore, there's need of society. People deal with each other in order to satisfy their desires. That's right. Bhakti is fundamentally different dimension of experience. Nice sentence. The realm of bhakti, both Bhagavan and devotee, desire nothing other than to render pleasing service to each other. That's the beauty of Goloka Vrindavan. The devotees are mad to serve Krishna, and Krishna is mad to serve the devotees. There's no enjoyer there. The only enjoyer is prem itself. Prem enjoys prem. Radharani is reservoir of prem, premashraya, and Krishna is the subject of prem, prem vishaya, and prem is the via medium going between both of them. So the ultimate enjoyer of Radha and Krishna's love is prem itself. And Radharani is always expanding Krishna's prem, and Krishna is always expanding Radharani's prem. So the function of a devotee is to expand Krishna's prem, and the function of Krishna is to expand our prem. It's basically a competition, an endless exchange of prema. Bhagavan considers himself devoted to and surrendered to his devotees. He says he's under control of his devotees. Aham Bhakta, what is it? Aham Bhakta Paradino. He tells that to Durvasa Muni when the chakra was chasing him because of Durvasa's offense to Ambarish. Vishnu said, look, I'm controlled by the love of Ambarish. I can't control this chakra. Prema is making this chakra chase your butt. So you have to get the loving glance of Ambarish to cut loose that chakra from chasing you. Krishna says he's under control devotee. He cannot feel or act independently of devotee. In 10th Canto 86, chapter 59th verse, Shukamuni describes Krishna as a bhakta of his bhakta. Krishna and the devotee compete to serve each other. Actually, this is the missing link in Sadhu Sangha. This is the missing link. This is what's missing in the society of Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas are not competing with each other to serve each other. This is a very key point here. Krishna and his devotees are competing with each other are competing to serve each other. Krishna's making garlands for who? Radharani's making garlands for who? So how many devotees are thinking, how many devotees every day think, how can I please and serve the devotees around me? Nobody. Even your own wife you're living with, your own husband you're living with. Everyone's always thinking of I, me, and mine. There's 3 people in my life. No, they aren't.
I, me, mine.
Have you met them? Hopefully not. I, me, and mine. See, we never see you much. I'm really busy. I'm living with 3 different people. What are they? I? Oh, so, okay. I'm living with them too. Me and mine. Oh, okay. And that's the guy that's married. Mine is supposed to be my wife, but it's mine means me. I have my money and my car and my bathroom and my toothaches. Anyway, just let the carried away there. So if devotees get in the bhav of serving each other more, they'll be closer to Goloka Vrindavan. Neither Krishna nor the devotees seek anything in return for such seva. If it is as if the participants in a loving exchange are delighted simply to be used for each other's advantage, promoting reciprocal competition and self-abnegation. Prahlad Maharaj, when the Srinadev killed his father and protected him, the Srinadev offered him a boon and all kinds of blessings. And Prahlad argued against it. Prahlad said, I don't want anything from you and you don't need anything from me. I'm your unconditional servant. I'm not a businessman trying to get a favor from you. I think you're just testing me to see whether I'm a worthy devotee by offering me so many boons. Please don't embarrass me in this way. I desire nothing from you. Like once, a devotee, one disciple, it was their birthday, so I gave them a gift for their birthday. And they said, thank you. And I said, when your mother offers you dinner, do you say thank you? He said, no. I said, why? Because she offers every day dinner, and that's what she does, and I eat it, and that's, you know, that's her love, and my love is I eat it. So you never say thank you. They said, yeah. I said, well, that's not, so I'm like your mother and father, so there's no need for you to say thank you. Like, you know, when you get a gift from your mother, you don't say thank you, just smile, or just rip it open and jump into it, you know. Your smile says everything else, you know. There's no need to say thank you. So, you know, when Radharani orders Krishna a garland, what does he say? Thank you. Thank you. You know, his hair stands on end and tears fall from his eyes. And he has his ways of saying thank you. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, look, don't embarrass me. Okay, don't embarrass me, kids. Let's see. Okay, we're on Honor Shade 167. This Honor Shade 167 elaborates on the desireless nature of Krishna and the devotee. Because not only is Bhagavan completely fulfilled He's Atmaram Atmakam. Who else is Atmaram Atmakam?
Devotee.
Devotee. Devotee is also fulfilled just by obtaining the opportunity to serve. As I said earlier, the nature of bhakti is blissful. Devotee is full of bliss. He or she has no other desire than seva, because seva is bliss. Living in it becomes fulfilled, not trying to please oneself directly, but by offering oneself to Bhagavan. Non-devotees waste their time and energy and the whole lives in search of happiness without knowing the source of happiness. And thus they meet only with frustration. Mostly everyone lives, this is a great sentence. Mostly everyone lives in the hope of happiness. That's a good one. No one can argue against the fact that everyone wants happiness. Nature. Everyone wants to be happy. That's the logic. That's rationality. So that's the law. So laws should follow rational ideas. So the rational idea is everyone wants to be happy. So governments should make laws that make everyone happy, such as no taxes. There are countries like that. Monaco, no taxes. So people are happy. Figure out a way to make money and run the government, run the country without taxing people. You can do it, but they don't want to. Because the objective is not happiness, the objective is exploitation. So laws should follow rationality. What is common, organic to the nature of a living being. Peace, happiness, protection. So it's easy to make laws for a country. Everyone should be protected, everyone should be happy and it's peaceful. But no one's happy, no one's peaceful, no one's protected. So there's millions of laws. You go to some municipality like Mathura, they have a book this thick. There's 10,000 laws in the municipal district of Mathura. 10,000. Huge law book. And then you go interview all the people in the whole precinct. Are you peaceful, are you happy, protected? We're going to say no. So it's repetitive. Paying taxes. Anyway, it's not a political forum here, but they live in hope of happiness. It's because of hope that they survive. What's that called? Asha Jivan, what do they call it? Hope is life, what do they say?
Shahi Jivan.
Ashahi Jivan.
Asha hi Jivan. Hindi, they say Asha. Asha means hope. Asha Bandha, bound by hope. Asha hi Jivan. Jivan, of course, means life. Hope is life. But it's hopeless situation in the modern Kali Yuga. Okay, I think that's it for now. We'll continue there next week. Okay, it's shame we have a new file now. It should what do you guys do? Oh, okay.